Hey everybody, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I watched WWE Friday Night SmackDown, episode 1055, which is broadcast on November 8th, 2019. This is week 45 of 2019. We're getting close to the end here, and I'm calling this episode B stands for Fearless. Because that was my favorite parts of this episode. But before I get into this episode, I want to recommend a YouTube game show. I don't think it wasn't designed specifically for YouTube, but they put a whole ton of episodes up on YouTube. I believe it's a syndicated game show, so it might be on Game Shoe Network or even Game Show Network. I'm not sure, but it is called 25, not 24. Oh. It's past midnight. I should be asleep, but it's called 25 Words or Less, and episodes 9, 19, and 25 have WWE superstars on the episodes, and they are so much fun. I really enjoy it. I watched all 4 episodes that I could find on YouTube, because in addition to those 3, they also did a live episode that had the team of Apollo Crews and Ali versus the team of Natalya and Naomi. Natalya and Naomi weren't on any of the other 3 episodes that I watched, but each episode has 2 teams with 2 contestants, or they have a contestant on each team. And then they have 2 celebrities with them to guess these words. It's kind of like Password, but with like a wagering element of like how few words you can do it in. Get the other people to guess the words. Kind of like yeah. Watch it. It explains itself in the title basically, but yeah, it was really fun. There's one really exciting episode, and that got me really, really hyped. Actually, 2 of the episodes were like really, really good, had great endings. And the other 2 episodes were really fun too, but they didn't have quite the same drama as the first 2 that I watched. But yeah, check those out. Episodes 9, 19, 25. And then I don't think it's on the official YouTube channel, but if you search for, it's the October 5th live 25 Words or Less episode, and it has Natalya and Naomi on it. Go search for those on YouTube. They are a lot of fun. Each of them is only like 19 minutes. The live one is longer because they didn't edit it. There's lots of time taken to consider their clues before they make their wagers and stuff like that, which is cut out of the edited versions of them. But it's still really fun to watch anyway. Now, all the other episodes, they have like comedians and actors and all that kind of stuff, but I haven't watched any of those. I'm sure they are just as fun there. But what I really liked about these episodes was that it's sprinkled with wrestling-related words, and even words that aren't wrestling-related. The contestants are... there's one instance where the contestant did not identify as a wrestling fan, but for everything else, they like get to know the contestants at the start of the episode, towards the start of the episode, and almost all of them are like, I'm a big wrestling fan, but in not so many words, because they only have 25 words to introduce themselves, which is another fun aspect of it. But anyway, excuse me. What I liked about it, a lot about it with the wrestlers on there, was that there's a lot of wrestling clues, wrestling words, and then, like I said, that there are some words that had nothing to do with wrestling really, but they used wrestling as their clues to get it to help each other. Like one was tall Indian wrestler, and it was to get the word great, because they go Kali, but they ran out of words. Like, yeah, keep going. And they finally said great. And yeah, it's stuff like that. It was really, really fun. And I hope they've made more. I hope they're releasing more. I don't know. 25 episodes seems like that's like a full season worth, but maybe not for game shows. Maybe game shows film a crap load more than that. I guess we'll see. I subscribe to the channel, so if they post more episodes, I'm gonna watch them. So that's it for this episode. Thanks for listening, and let me know what you thought of SmackDown. Okay, SmackDown. It was in Manchester, England. It was taped before it aired here in the United States. So there were spoilers abound all over the internet. I was able to avoid all of them except for one. And then after the show, I just gave up and read what would happen on Raw, and I already kind of forget what happens on Raw anyway. So I mean, that episode is going to be really short because I don't think I'm going to watch it as it airs, and there only seemed like there was a couple of things that I'm really excited to see. So we'll just see what happens. And if you're interested to see what happens before it airs, then go look up spoilers for it. Since it was a weird situation where they filmed both of them, in excuse me, in one day. So yeah, there you go. So what happened on SmackDown? We opened with Corbin, talking about how Roman Reigns has little dog barks, like Chihuahua barks. And then there's the animation of the big dog head with a Chihuahua barking, and I thought it was good. I thought it was pretty funny. I enjoy it. I like this episode. I did not read like the live thread or the quote unquote live thread and all of that. I just watched the episode. I knew one thing that would happen in it, and luckily it was very early on in the episode, so I still have the rest of the episode to be surprised by. But I thought it was all right. Especially for a pre-taped episode. I enjoyed it. Including the little dog barks. But we had the New Day versus the Revival. Revival are SmackDown champions, defending their championships, and they lose those championships. And the New Day is the 7-time tag team champions, and that's pretty exciting. So they take the Revival's place in that triple threat at Survivor Series, taking on the Viking Raiders and Undisputed Era Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. Backstage, we see Sami Zayn pitching to Daniel Bryan why he should join him and Shinsuke Nakamura. They would work really well together. And Daniel seems to take it under consideration. He's invited to go watch the match that will take place with Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura teaming up to fight Ali and Shorty G. That team, by the way, I think should be called Shorty Ali G. The great Sasha Baron Cohen character. Speaking of Sasha Baron Cohen, it's a great opportunity to recommend watching the TV series on or the Netflix series, whatever you want to call it. It is called The Spy, and I finished watching it, and it's great. It's great. It kind of felt like they left some stuff to the imagination that I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of, but it is still pretty clear what was going on throughout, especially like the last episode. It felt like they kind of skipped some stuff that would have been nice to see, but it's still really, really good. All the actors that are in it. Crap, I forget his name, but he's on The Americans. He's awesome. And then Sacha Baron Cohen is the main character. Ellie, he's great. All the other characters on there are so interesting to watch. I was about to say so much fun to watch, but it is not often a fun show to be watching. But yeah, go check that out. It's on Netflix. So before Shorty Ali G match happens, excuse my notes crumpling and all coughing sounds that have been happening throughout this. I'm sorry about that. But after so Heavy Machinery goes to make their entrance, but then they're attacked by Imperium. Chaos ensues, And then we come back, and all of them are back gone again. But yeah, the appearance of Imperium is pretty cool. So then we have Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura versus Ali and Shorty G, or Shorty Ali G. Shinsuke wins the match after Daniel Bryan, or no, sorry, after Sami Zayn interferes, causing a distraction so that Cesaro can take out one of them as they're preparing to attack. I think he took out Ali off of the turnbuckle, off of the post. But then Shinsuke is able to hit the Kinshasa and get the win. Then we had Nikki Cross versus Sasha Banks. Sasha has new music with Snoop Dogg singing some lyrics, rapping some, whatever you do. It's pretty cool. I like it a lot. And Sasha wins the match. Bayley is on commentary during the whole match. Nikki attacked her at one point through her headset, and then Bayley was complaining about nobody bringing her a new headset that wasn't covered in germs from Nikki Cross wearing it for a second. But anyway, Sasha wins the match, and then Shayna appears again and attacks, and that was great. I enjoyed that. Then we had the Fiend backstage attack Daniel Bryan as he was talking to Sami Zayn. He was like, I know you wanted to join us, right? Yeah. And then the Fiend attacks, and that was pretty cool. Tyson Fury comes out and says some stuff, and he calls out Braun, but then he thanks Braun. It's really friendly with him. And he says, well, let's be a tag team. And then Braun says, nobody is stupid enough to fight us as a tag team. And then the B-Team music hits, and Bo Dallas says, no, it wasn't him who said. I think it was Curtis Axel. One of them says, we're stupid enough to fight you. And so Braun beats them up very quickly. And I really, really liked that. I didn't watch their match or whatever. Whatever, I'm fine with it. It's fine. Just, it's fun. It's fine. It's not like they're the main event. If they're the main event of the show and it is just flip-flopping all over the place, if they're friends or they're not, then yeah. But this is just just roll with it. It's fun. It's not necessary, and it didn't take up a lot of time. It's just fun, especially with the we're stupid enough to fight you. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. And then we had, let's see, what do all these letters stand for? Fire and Desire fought Dana Brooke and Carmela. Okay, I wrote this down as F and D versus VS. DB with ANA underneath that to help me remember that it was Dana, not Daniel Bryan. And Carmel. I wrote Carmela's full name. The winning team of this matchup would join Team SmackDown. So it would fill 2 of the 5 slots for that. Joining Sasha Banks as their captain. Sasha Banks is the team captain. That's good for her. Was that determined by Nikki Cross versus Sasha Banks? I don't know. Was that the stipulation there? Anyway, we have 3 members of Team SmackDown, and 3 is enough for now. What am I saying? I don't know. But Dana Brooke and Carmella won their match. So there you go. Then we had Baron Corbin versus Roman Reigns. I don't remember what happened. I was not paying attention during that match. I'm sorry. One of them won, I think, or maybe they didn't win. I'm not sure. I don't think there was an invasion aspect of it, but I don't know. I totally tuned out during that, and then I left to go do something. I was going to go see a movie, but I ended up just going to get some food instead, and then I watched 25 words or less for an hour. So yeah, no comment on that main event because I honestly don't remember what happened. So yeah, that's it. That's it for all of this episode of SmackDown and those 4 episodes, kind of a review of those 4 episodes of 25 words or less. Go watch that show. It's really, really fun. I'll say it again. Go watch 25 words or less. You can find it on YouTube. It is really, really fun. I will have a separate episode about 205 Live, even though I kind of talked about it on this week's NXT episode, but I want to see it with all of the backstage type stuff, and I think they'll probably do like a recap of the Tony Nese versus Angel Garza match, all that stuff. Stay tuned for that, and I also have my new comics episode real soon, and this week's The Walking Dead, and this week's Survivor. So all of that is coming up in like the next 24 hours, so stay tuned. And let me know what you thought about this episode of SmackDown and what you're most excited for coming up at Survivor Series by tweeting me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. If you enjoyed this episode or anything else on the site, please share some links with your friends. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you like to listen. Stay safe out there in all of the infinite multiverses, and I'll see you next time here on TIW Podcast. Bye!